Good afternoon, everyone. All right. I want to believe I'm audible. All right. So by my time, it's some seconds to 1 p.m. and we would be having a special class today, which is the ultimate guide to AI and automation. And today's class will be anchored by a new facilitator. His name is Olaleye. He's a Microsoft specialist. Actually, we worked together at Microsoft when I was in Nigeria, and he's someone I can always trust with topics like this. So I'll be welcoming Olaleye on board to give us what he has for us regarding uh, ultimate guide to AI and automation. Thank you. And lest I forget, please let's observe GDPR safeguarding policies because I would have to turn off my camera now to avoid distractions and allow the facilitator to take over.
Okay, thank you, Omotoba. Hello, everyone. My name is Olaleye. I'll be facilitating today's class, and we'll be spending the next 60 minutes together. Okay, I'll be sharing my screen now. But before I do that, please be reminded again to the course supervisor already said that, but please be reminded that this class is being recorded for training and quality assurance purposes. With that being said, sharing my screen. Okay, so we're going to start with this AI generated video, and then we'll move to the class after that. Please listen.
Yeah, it's not audible. You might need to share the sound of your screen as well.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, you might just need to turn on that screen share audio.
Hello and
How about now?
welcome to Softclue LMS. I'm excited to introduce you to one
Yes,
of the most
perfect.
important topics in today's digital world, artificial intelligence and automation. For example, I myself is an AI. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly is AI? And what does automation mean? Let's keep it simple. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is when machines are designed to think, learn, and make decisions like humans. Automation is when tasks are completed automatically, without needing constant human effort. When AI and automation work together, they create smart systems that can save time, reduce stress, and improve how we live and work. You already use AI every day, on your phone, on social media, on YouTube, on Google, and even in banking apps. Whenever a system recommends something to you, that's AI in action. And automation? That's your alarm clock, email auto-replies, reminders, and scheduled messages. Businesses use AI and automation to make better decisions, improve customer service, and work faster. Students use it to learn better. Creators use it to create faster. And now, you will learn how to use it too. In this course, we'll start from the basics, step by step. No technical background needed. Just curiosity and a willingness to learn. Welcome to Fundamentals of AI and Automation on Softclue LMS. Let's explore the future, together.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Once again, my name is Olaleye, and we'll be spending the next 60 minutes together, like I said earlier. Great. So we want to talk about a particular topic that is really, really important in our world today, right? We're going to be exploring a topic that is not only shaping the future, but it's already redefining the present, and it's artificial intelligence. Okay, so artificial intelligence is often referred to as AI, right? It is the most transformative technology of our time. I can say that again. It's influencing how we communicate, how we work, how business operates, and even how we make decisions. Now, whether consciously or unconsciously, most of us on this call are already interacting with AI in our daily lives, what we do daily. when we perform a Google search, when we we'll get recommendations from platforms like YouTube or Netflix. When you use a voice-enabled assistant, um, you're already interacting with an artificial intelligence system. All right. So what exactly is AI? Simply put, okay, artificial intelligence refers to systems or machines that are capable of performing tasks that would typically require human intelligence. Let's not forget. Let's try to break down what artificial means and what intelligence means. Literally, artificial means something that wasn't natural, right? This was made by men, was made by humans, and the word intelligence on its own means something that can think, something that can make decision. If somebody has done something very brilliantly, we say, oh, that person is intelligent. Okay, so artificial intelligence put together is a machine that humans have made that is able to think and act on its own. Okay, so artificial intelligence has the ability to understand and process things, recognize patterns, images, data, make decisions based on available information, learn and improve on its learning based on the data that we continually feed it. We're going to get into the basics. We're going to get into the in-depth of it, but I'm just trying to tell you what artificial intelligence is and how powerful it is. Okay, so artificial intelligence isn't a futuristic concept anymore. It's already embedded in the systems and the tools that we use every day. All right. Okay, so we have some definitions here. Let's take a look at our overview together. First, we're going to be talking about introductions to artificial intelligence, and then we'll talk about how AI works in simple terms. How does it work? And then from there, we'll move to some examples of artificial intelligence softwares, which I'm sure that majority of us know, but we'll talk about them. And then we'll go to one of the most important topics of today, which is the heart of prompting. How do we talk to an AI system? How do you get the best out of an AI system? And after that, we'll go to AI automation. There is artificial intelligence that's automating an artificial intelligence system. How does that work? And then we have a little deep dive into what automation is, AI automation. And we're going to be finishing with AI for productivity and career growth. How can we use artificial intelligence in our own selected field? How can we use artificial intelligence in our line of work and what we do every day? Great. So the first one says it talks about what is artificial intelligence. We're going to be touching some definitions around that. First, let's look at a simple everyday definition of artificial intelligence. Here, artificial intelligence enables machines to perform tasks that typically requires human intelligence. There are tasks that we do, say, on a daily basis. For example, a secretary writing an email, bunch of emails, a lot of emails. I've got to write an email to this person. You have to think of the words and hello this, hello that. Talk about developing the body of that email, and then before you're done with that, you get another instruction from your boss to write another email to this person with a different body, a different content, right? And then you get to start cracking your head again. How do I build up this email again? And then I have to, for that, let's just simply put, you're having to put together 10 emails in a day, thinking about how to develop the body, and that artificial intelligence can do that for you in 10 minutes. However, it will not do anything for you if you do not ask it to write. Okay, so let's move to another definition. Sorry, technical definition. Artificial intelligence is a branch of computer science that focuses on building systems capable of simulating human intelligence through algorithm, data, and models. Forget about all of the whatever. Let's just look at the body. It is a branch of computer science that focuses on building systems capable of simulating human intelligence. Um, Whatever artificial intelligence is today, if they owe it to us. We made artificial intelligence, smart people like you and I, putting things together, and all of that becomes a system that is intelligent, a system that can okay, I was fed this data yesterday. This person is asking me to recall this data and do this with this data, and let me give them this result. All right. So that's that about the technical definition. Problem solving definition, right? Artificial intelligence is the use of machines to analyze data, identify patterns, and make decisions or predictions with minimal human intervention. Um, at the beginning of this course, I think week one and two, we talked about data. You know, all of this time, the week one, week two, week three, week four, we have been talking about practical use of data. We did Microsoft Excel, we did Microsoft Power BI, visualizations and all of that. Now that was intentional, okay? So that at least we get to know how things are done by ourselves. The truth of the matter is an artificial intelligence system can do all of those things that you have learned in previous weeks for you. However, if you do not know how it is done, if artificial intelligence system gives you a wrong output, you're just going to submit that without being able to know this is a wrong output, this is what it's supposed to be. So artificial intelligence is not really about us handing over the entire responsibility to it. No, it is supposed to work side by side with it. It is supposed to act like an assistant. It is supposed to act like a credible assistant, something you're supposed to do in an hour. With an artificial intelligence system in play, you should be able to do that in 10 minutes and be sure that, oh yes, this is a considerably good output. This is what I'm supposed to get, right? Okay, let's move to another definition, our future focused definition, right? Here it says artificial intelligence is the development of smart systems that can learn from experience, adapt to the new situation, and continuously improve over time. And how does it improve over time? Because we continue to feed it with data. We fed a system with the data yesterday. It's useful for us in what we needed today. Whatever it gives us today becomes another data. It becomes another data for it to reference whenever we are, evoking it again, maybe tomorrow. So every day when we interact with artificial intelligence, every day we interact with a particular system, it's storing all of those data, and it can improve itself over time with all of those. Okay, so to truly appreciate the power of AI, it is important to understand how it actually works. We need to know how data really, really works. Artificial intelligence overall is a machine that can think, learn, and assist humans. Okay, so before we get into how data really work, let's talk about what artificial intelligence is not. Because it's just going to, at first when I started using artificial intelligence, I could remember the very first time I used an artificial intelligence system, ChatGPT to be precise, I was amazed. I used it to write an email. I was very, very amazed with the development of the email, but I read the email and I was really, really glad. Okay, so now artificial intelligence is not magic. No, it is what you feed an AI system with that it's going to output to you. When you feed an AI system with a very good prompt, I need you to do this, use this, develop the content like this, output it like this, then it gives me exactly that. However, if I give an artificial intelligence system a vague instruction, be sure that you will get a vague or very scanty output. So one for sure, it is not magic. We developed it, humans like us, and we keep developing it because every day we interact with it, we feed it with data. For example, if I want an artificial intelligence system to recognize a cat, I need to feed that system with at least over 1,000 cat pictures. This is a cat, this is a cat, this is a cat. So that the next time I don't need to feed any picture. I just need to say, give me a picture of a cat. It's going to go back to its library and say, oh, in times past, I've been fed with all of this information. This is a cat. Definitely, this is a cat. Let me output this to you. This is a cat. So artificial intelligence is not magic. Then another very important thing to note, artificial intelligence is not always correct. Oh no, not always correct. That is a fact. And that is why it is really important that you as a professional, you as a user, you know your thing. Okay, so even if I do not know the right answer, I need to know what is not the right answer. If I do not know, if I'm expecting an output from an artificial intelligence system, say for example, I'm told to write an email, right? Write an email to a network provider, telling the network provider we are getting outages. And then I tell an artificial intelligence system, "Hi, could you please let me know?" Then when the artificial intelligence outputs the email for me and I prove it, I need to be able to tell, no, you can't use these words. You need to change these words because the other person on the other hand that is reading the email is not an artificial intelligence system, is a human. So in the development of our courses, LMS, Softclue LMS courses, it was intentional that our audience know how their stuff first. Let's learn about Microsoft Excel. Let's learn about Microsoft Power BI, so that when we eventually learn about artificial intelligence, and then um, we'll start involving or inculcating artificial intelligence in the use of our Microsoft Excel, in the use of our Microsoft BI. When it gives us a wrong output, we need to be able to point, oh, this is not the right output. I need to prompt you, or I need to recalibrate this. You need to rewrite this. Okay, so artificial intelligence is not always correct. Thirdly, artificial intelligence is not only for programmers. No, I myself am not a programmer, but I use artificial intelligence on a daily basis. Then artificial intelligence is not replacing all jobs. So yeah, there is a notion out there that, oh yeah, AI is coming for you, AI is coming to get your job. Well, I can tell you now that is true, right? And it is not true. Artificial intelligence will not take all jobs. Artificial intelligence, however, okay, let me rephrase that. Artificial intelligence will not take all jobs. However, someone that with the knowledge of artificial intelligence, someone who uses an AI system will take that job. Take, for example, let's have two professionals, highly qualified professionals, and then one decides to add artificial intelligence knowledge to his skills, and they're both in the field. Give them time, give them 3 months, there's going to be a huge gap, not in knowledge, but in productivity. There might not be a gap in knowledge because yeah, they probably still know the same thing. They went to the same school. They have the same grades and the likes of that. So they can do the same thing. But the other guy, the other professional who is using artificial intelligence will do in 10 minutes what the other professional will do in 1 hour. And so the productivity can never be the same. Right. Okay. So let's go up to how data works in simple terms. Sorry, how artificial intelligence works in simple terms. First thing the first rule how it works is it needs data. AI system is trained to use vast amounts of data. This data serves as experience from which the system will learn from. If there isn't data, there is no way it's going to output any information for us. Okay, so just as we humans will learn through repeated exposure and observation. You get exposed to something, you learn from that. You observe something, you learn from that. And artificial intelligence systems learns through data. Secondly, it learns to recognize that data, pattern recognition. Also, once the data is processed, AI begins to identify patterns and relationship within that data. For example, if an AI system is exposed to thousands or millions of images of, maybe a dog or something, it gradually learns to identify the features of that image. Okay, this image looks like that, and then definitely this must be this image. This must be a dog. This must be a cat. And then when it has learned from that data, it has learned to recognize it, and then it starts making decisions based on the features that it sees. If I've been fed, if the AI system has been fed with thousands of data, and then it's been able to connote that, oh yeah, these are the patterns that are regular to this data, then I can make an educative decision, an educative guess that this is, I can predict, oh yeah, this is it. After learning all of this data, the AI can now make informed, predictive all decisions and say, this is a cat, this is a dog. It's the same thing, right? In when an AI, an artificial intelligence system is trying to answer questions, trying to generate content, make recommendations, detect anomalies, it is the same thing. Okay, so simply put, AI can be understood as data plus pattern recognition and then plus prediction, right? So let's see data. Like the first few weeks, we talked about data, structured data, unstructured data, text, images, videos. So I'm just going to represent all of them as data, right? Then learning those data studies data, then finds pattern. And using the decisions, using patterns to the pattern that it has learned, that it has found, it uses to make a decision and say, yeah, this is what I think you're looking for based on what I have learned from the data that you have provided over time. Okay, so how AI works, right? AI machine does not think like humans. No, it finds pattern and then it repeats them. It finds a pattern there, and okay, this is the pattern I found there. Can I see that same pattern in this next thing that I'm being given? Oh yeah, it is. It's constant. It's the same thing. So basically, it starts repeating it and then it forms a decision. Say yes, this is. So AI learns from data, finds patterns, stores patterns as models, and then makes decisions from that. Okay, great. So let's move. Let's go to examples of common AI tools that are very, very common, which we use on a daily basis mostly. Okay, I would say this, though this is not part of it is part of this course, but I really do not, I intentionally removed it. The kind of AI system that we have today is an AI system that can focus on one thing for now. Believe me, you will be shocked by the evolution of these systems in say years to come. You have an AI system that could do diverse things, but for now, what we kind of have out there, or let me say majority of what we have out there, are AI systems that can only deal with one thing at a time, like focus on one. For example, we have an AI system that generates images. We have examples of them. AI system that generates videos, AI systems that generate voices, AI systems that are used, that are very, very specifically used for scientific research. Okay. All right. So these are examples of general AI chatbots, ChatGPT, Gemini, Cloud. These are really, really, really good systems that can be helpful in whatever it is that we're trying to research, what we're trying to write on. They're really, really great. Okay, so let's move to some other ones for creativity and entertainment, right? You're trying to create something, say music or something or so. Character AI, we have POE, we have Replica, we have Chai, amongst numerous other ones. So when we're talking about voice, music generation, artificial intelligence systems, we could talk about 11 Labs, we could talk about Suno. Okay, we were talking about image generation, artificial intelligence. We could talk about DAL-E, Midjourney, Leonardo AI. Okay, and we'll talk about video generation AI. There's Runway, machine learning, the speaker. Okay, and this is all of this category. They are more considered, they're more specialized. For example, Perplexity. When you are trying to, maybe you get um, a news on the internet and you're trying to generate, you're trying to find the source of that news. You can go to Perplexity AI, feed it with the right prompt, and tell it to give you a good source. It's definitely going to get you to the source where that news came from. U.com is used for developing artificial intelligence systems specifically. Say, for example, I have a repetitive task that I do on a daily basis. Uh, I already have the steps I take, and it is constant, right? It's not as if I have to innovate or something. I just from this, I do this, I do this, I do this. Only the repetitive, boring stuff for humans, but for machine, it's not boring. So if you go to a u.com, for example, this is just one example out of many other that are out there. If you go to u.com and you have the right skill, you can develop an artificial intelligence systems yourself that can help you automate those tasks. Okay, if you go to Fame.com is used for developers in developing software or something. Elicit helps with academic research. Consensus answers questions using scientific research specifically. And we have sites that shows how research papers are cited. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the act of prompting. How do we talk effectively to an artificial intelligence system? So prompting is a process of giving instruction to an AI system, telling the AI system what exactly you want. The effectiveness of an AI system is directly dependent on the quality of those instructions that you give it. Okay, let me illustrate, right? A vague prompt, like say a really bad prompt would be write something about business. Um, say, for example, I just go to chatgpt.com and I'm just having some ideas bump up my mind. I'm like, okay, can you write something about? Definitely, it's not going to say no. It's not going to say the instruction is not enough. No, it's probably it's just going to go into the vast website and start searching for all forms of, and then garbage in, garbage out, give you the way it is. However, if you consider a redefined, say, for example, I say write a professional email to a client apologizing for delayed network service. I need you to ensure that your tone is polite, empathetic, technically accurate. You will be surprised by you can't compare the response of the first one to a detailed prompt. So if you're prompting an artificial intelligence, you need to first have an image of the kind of response that you want behind you. That's why using an artificial intelligence isn't just for I've had people say that an artificial intelligence makes you lazy. I don't find that to be the case. I'm going to argue that because for whatever an artificial intelligence system gives me, I proofread everything. That's alone is work. I don't need to crack my head and write a long email. I need an artificial intelligence system to write that for me. However, I am going to review and read everything and be sure that all the words are in tone. So artificial intelligence system, working with artificial intelligence system or software shouldn't make you lazy. No. First, you should know your onions. You should know what you're doing. You should know the response you're expecting before invoking an artificial intelligence before engaging an artificial intelligence to build it up for you. So to consistently produce high quality results, right? I am going to recommend that you give it a task, give it a content, give it a format, give it the tone at which you want it to produce. What tone do you want? Do you want a friendly tone? Do you want a polite tone? Do you want an harsh tone? You need to tell it, the artificial intelligence system. Okay, and it's many people we use an artificial intelligence system as if it's a search engine. No, it's way more than a search engine. It's way more than a search engine. You need to engage with an artificial intelligence system with the mindset that it is a highly capable assistant. It's not going to make decisions for you. Okay. I need to first know what I want, and I need to tell what I want to the artificial intelligence and help me develop it. It's more like you're the boss of a business. Say for example, I own the business, and then I hire an assistant. The assistant, I'm not going to relinquish my duty of the business to the assistant. You're just there to assist me. In other words, whatever it is you do, I review. What you're just there to say there's some tasks, some repetitive tasks that I do not need to do because now I have an assistant that I can engage and then use my time more productively for some other things because business requires some other things. However, whatever it is that you do, I need to know, even if I don't know, but when you're done with it, when I'm reviewing, I need to know, yeah, this is what I expected. Yeah. But if it is not what I expect, I need to know. I must see on first sight, no, this isn't what I expected because I know my thing, because I know the business. So if you're asking an artificial intelligence to do something first, you need to have an image. You need to have, even though you don't have it all developed, but you need to know that you need to know what the right, you might not know what the right answer is, but you need to know what a wrong answer is. Oh no, this is wrong. Take for example, I tell an artificial intelligence, could you multiply 113 by 2 for me? And then it's giving me a response that ends with an odd number. I know that's wrong. Trust me, an artificial intelligence system can do that. Like sometimes it can have that behavior because it's not always right. But I myself, I need to first, I definitely, even though I do not know what 113 times 2 is at glance first number, I know what it is not. I know it definitely cannot end with an odd number. It has to end with an even number. So let's take that and let's get into the act of prompting. Okay. Garbage in, garbage out. AI is powerful, right? But most people use it wrongly. The quality of your prompt determines the quality of the response you get back. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. The quality of your prompt determines the quality of the response you get back. Now, what is a prompt? A prompt is a structured input or instruction given to an artificial intelligence system to guide it in generating a relevant and accurate response. It sounds like a lot of work. but we're not, just like the examples we were given, we're not going to relinquish all of our authority to an assistant. If I hire an assistant to do my work, don't forget, it is my work. I know my work. I need to tell the assistant how to do it. This is what I need you to do. Do this, do this. When you're done with this, do this. This is how I want the output. The same way. You cannot just give a vague instruction to an assistant. If you give a vague instruction to an human assistant, then it's obliged to use its own, whatever it has its own, in its own. Okay, even you didn't tell me how to do this, so I'm just going to do it the way I feel it should be done. It's the same way with an artificial intelligence system. So the language that an artificial intelligence system is fed with is a prompt. A prompt is a structured input or instruction given to an artificial intelligence system to guide it in generating a relevant and accurate response. A prompt is a set of inputs. Let's just look at it in another way. A set of inputs such as text, context, or constraints. Don't let me go into explaining all of that because I see the time is flying. A prompt is a set of inputs such as text, the context of that. I could say something and then this is the context in which I mean it. And then the constraints. I don't want you to just write some words, some harsh words. I need you to be polite in what you're writing, or I need it to be harsh, as the case may be. Right? Provided to an AI model to influence its outputs by defining the task, scope, expected format of the response that the AI system is giving to you. Right? So some rules, right? Please be aware. These are not general. These are just some introductory rules that we're introducing in this class. It doesn't mean that that's the rule that you must follow. But for the sake of this class, for the purpose of this class, let's just look at some rules. Number one, be clear. Be clear. A bad prompt would say explain networking. And explain networking. If you say explain networking, I'm just going to go into the internet and then find where networking is, blah blah blah, and then point it out to you. But a good one, a considerably good prompt would be explain computer networking in simple terms for beginners. That way, the artificial intelligence system knows, hey, you're talking about computer networking. For example, the bad explain networking. This could be market networking, multi-level networking, all of this. But when I give a good prompt, I say explain computer networking in simple terms. So the artificial intelligence knows enough not to use ambiguous languages that will confuse me. It knows that I'm a beginner. It knows that it needs to be clear with its words. It needs to be as simple as it can be. Right? So another one is give context. Give context. One, the bad one says write an email. That's a really, really big one. A good one says write an email to a service provider explaining the network downtime. The context of it, I need you to explain that we have a network downtime. Okay, let's move to another one. It says specify format. An example of that would be summarize what after I'm going to say write an email to this person explaining this, then summarize this in 3 bullet points. If you give this instruction to an artificial intelligence system, it definitely knows, oh, this person doesn't want more words, just wants me to put all of these craps into 3 bullet points as an output. All right. And then another rule that you might want to consider is assigning a role. All right. Assigning a role. Act like a doctor. Act like a doctor and explain why I need to drink more water. Please do. We're definitely going to use ChatGPT, for example. At some point, I'll bring up a ChatGPT screen where we can, give some prompts and let the system write some stuff for us at some point. But let's keep moving now for now. Okay, so let's talk about some bad prompts, good prompts in general. At first, we're talking about rules. A bad prompt would be write about love. That's vague. But a good prompt would be write a short emotional message to my wife, telling her how much I appreciate her support, keep it heartfelt and romantic. If you give this prompt to an artificial intelligence system, you will be amazed. You will be amazed by the responses it will provide for you. So let's look at another one. It says explain money. That's a bad prompt. A good prompt would be explain money in a way a 10-year-old child would understand using simple examples. Trust me, by the time the artificial intelligence outputs responses for you with this prompt, you will be amazed. Okay, another bad prompt is write a delivery delay email. Sorry, that should be A. Sorry, write a delivery delay email. But a good prompt would be write a polite and professional email apologizing for a delayed delivery and reassure the customer it will be resolved quickly. Way better, way better. We are trying to tell the system the same thing, but this is the prompt. Other prompt is way better. Okay, another bad prompt is give me a business idea. A good prompt would be give me 5 simple business ideas I can start with, moderate capital and quick profit potentials. Okay, another bad prompt would be teach me cooking. That's a very big one. But if you say teach me how to cook fried rice step by step like a beginner who has never cooked before, oh, trust me, you will get every instruction needed. Every instruction. If you say teach me cooking, it's just going to assume that, oh yeah, this person just let me just put some words out there. But if you give it this one that says teach me how to cook fried rice step by step like a beginner who has never cooked before, you get all of the instructions you need right from getting the tools that you need. Right. Another bad prompt is motivate me. A good one would be give me a powerful motivational message for someone who feels stuck in life and wants to do better. Okay. Another bad prompt. Help me save money. Bad prompt. A good prompt, a better one would be give me 7 practical ways. Now, this number is a variable. There could be, you can have 1,000. If you definitely tell it to give you 1,000, it will give you 1,000. Give me 7 practical ways I can save money every month without reducing my basic lifestyle. All right. Another bad prompt would be tell me a story. A good prompt would be tell a short, funny story about a lazy student who suddenly becomes serious before exams. You will be shocked at the response. We're going to be using in our practical when we are engaging the chat GPT, we're going to be using some of these prompts to to get to see how the output exactly is. Okay, we still have some more to make this better. Yeah, okay, so I'll spend some time on this. Say for example, you're doing a research and say, could you tell me the current situation of things in a particular country, or say I want to write an email to someone requesting for something, and then it gives you a response, and then you're like, make this better, make this better. That's big. But if you tell the artificial intelligence system, can you rewrite this message to sound more confident, clear, and professional? It is not, you're definitely not getting the same response as make this better. No. Even though when you tell the AI system, make this better, definitely it's going to rewrite something for you, change some words, change some vocabularies, but you will not get the same output as much as rewrite this message to sound more confident, clear, and professional. Okay. So that's that about prompt. Okay, so before we go into automation, I'm just going to draw just a minute. I'm just going to get a screen to here so we can take a look at prompting. In a way, this is an artificial intelligence system, ChatGPT precisely. Okay, so I want to write, say, write to a service provider. Don't mind me, I'm a network engineer, so I deal with service a lot. Service provider, sorry, explaining that we are having intermittency and we need the network to be fully optimized. Keep your tone professional and polite. Yeah. And then I'm feeding this prompt to a chat GPT. Look at that. Subject, this is the email. And this is probably sometimes going to take me, you are looking for what to write, but look at it to say subject. It's giving me even the subject to put in email request for network optimization due to intermittent connectivity. Dear service provider, I hope this message finds you well. We would like to bring to your attention an issue that we have been experiencing with our network, blah 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 blah. You know, streaming. Oh, what happened? Sorry, I'm just gonna do a refresh. Okay. Okay. So basically, I'm really glad I'm bringing this up right now. So this was something that I asked an artificial intelligence earlier, right? I said there was a story in the earlier sometimes ago where an AI system decided to update the existing code of the company and it affected users. Can you bring this story up? I was in a hurry, so some of the vocabularies were wrong. And look at that. A search engine, a usual search engine will not give you all of these details, but an artificial intelligence system will with a good prompt. I'll come back to this. Okay. So let's practicalize a bad prompt and a good prompt. All right, just a minute. So I'm just going to be going back to one of the bad prompts that we have. Okay, let's use this one. Help me save money. All right, help me save money. Just a minute. I'll draw that screen back here so you can see. So I put here, help me save money. And I send that to an artificial intelligence system. Okay, it says saving money isn't about extreme discipline. It's about setting up some small blah 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 blah. Start with a simple rule, not complex budgets. A lot of people fail because they overcomplicate things. They're interested. Blah blah. Okay, good. You know, like I said earlier, whatever it is that you put, even if you put just a word, it's definitely going to give you an output. But it's not as sound as giving it a prompt that will output what exactly you're looking for. Now, a good prompt, a really good prompt. You know, don't forget that all of this that it's telling us here, it's just vague things. Make saving automatic, cost the silence. You know. So let's give it a good prompt now. I'm going to type again. Give me 7 practical ways I can save money.
We are not seeing your screen right now.
Yeah, I know. I'll draw it back. Sorry, I just wanted you guys to see it. Okay, let me just draw this back
All
here
right,
so you
thank
can
you.
see. You're welcome. Give me 7 practical ways. Okay, I wouldn't be able to see the prompt again. Give me 7 practical ways I can save money every month without reducing my basic style. Right. Give me 7 practical ways I can save money every month without reducing my basic lifestyle. All right. This is more concentrated. This is more direct, and I feed the artificial intelligence that. So got it. The key here is saving money without feeling like you are sacrificing your normal life, right? So these are not cutting innovatives. They are smarter systems that reduce waste. And then it's itemizing for me. Number 1, pay yourself first. There is no way you're going to compare the response. I'm just going to scroll up again so we can see the response of the first one. Look at the response of the first one. No, don't get carried away. Don't miss it. Whatever it is that you feed an artificial intelligence with, it will definitely give you a bunch of responses. A lot of just gonna get to something because it definitely wants to act like it's working. Just like an assistant who's not getting clear instructions, he's gonna use his own intelligence, use his own initiatives, and get you something. Right? This was what's help me save money prompt give us, and then we had all of that, a whole bunch of many things, right? And then we gave a prompt and said, give me 7 practical ways I can save money without reducing my basic lifestyle. This is what I want. I don't just want to save money. I want to save money without reducing my basic lifestyle. Well, some people might want to save money and say, and some of the ways that the system is going to give them is you got to cut this, you got to. I don't want to cut nothing, right? I still want to maintain my basic lifestyle. However, I still need 7 ideas, practical ways I can save money. So number 1, it says pay yourself first. Use 24 hours rule for non-essentials. You can still buy what you want, just delay it. Okay, you know, stuff like that. Switch to bulk buying for staples. Plan movements to reduce transport waste. Audit your subscription and small charges. Reduce utility waste. Create a spending buffer count. If I change that variable from 7 to 30, it's going to give me 30 also. So that's just one way. One thing I'm going to advise, it's let's get more excited about using artificial intelligence in almost everything that we do. We're not replacing our role, we're not relinquishing our role to artificial intelligence system. However, we're telling an artificial intelligence to give us an idea to help to be sure that we are planning together. Just give me some of the concepts that you think. I'm going to review those concepts, then I'll see what actually works for me. You'll be surprised at the responses. We are almost out of time, however, so we still have a lot to cover. We'll talk about automations now. What is automation? We've first dealt with artificial intelligence, which is the most important part. So I have here automation is the use of technology to execute tasks, processes, or workflows with minimal or no human intervention by following predefined rules. I have another one. Automation refers to the design of implementation of systems that can perform repetitive or structured tasks automatically. The key word here is repetitive, structured. Before an automation can happen, the task needs to have been predefined. In simple terms, automation means getting systems to do works for you. Whatever it is that you want to do, your work, your task, and this is my task, what I do on a daily basis. I need to get a system to do that for me, and that's automating that work. Automation involves replacing human efforts with systems. So we talked about automation. Now let's talk about AI automation. So automation as a word or as a concept is not new. AI just makes it smarter. We've definitely been having humans are fond of this, right? If we are doing something repetitively and a daily basis, for on a Monday I come to work, I do this, the same thing on Tuesday, same thing on Wednesday, you kind of find a way to, let me get this, let me get something that can do this for me. Since it is it is structured, it can be automated. So now let's look at the introduction of artificial intelligence into automation. All right. Artificial intelligence, AI automation, is the use of artificial intelligence within automated systems to enable tasks, process, or workflow, but also adapt, learn. I'll take that again. AI automation is the use of artificial intelligence system within automated systems to enable tasks, process, or workflows to not only run automatically, but also adapt and learn and make decisions. So automation follows rules. AI automation makes decisions. AI automation is built on 3 core layers, just like artificial intelligence. Data layer, that's the input. This is where everything starts: structured data, forms, numbers, unstructured data, emails, text, voice, images. That's the first layer. The second layer is the intelligence layer, the AI engine. This is where AI operates: pattern recognition. It learns to recognize the data that you have fed it with. Pattern recognition, this is the pattern that at which have been fed with this. Predictions, classifications, classifying. For example, we have varieties of dogs, right? Many types of dogs. If I've been fed with 1,000 pictures of dogs, and I say, okay, that's some, and I say, oh, this is a pit bull, this is a German Shepherd. It's been fed with 10 German Shepherds. It learns to recognize the pattern of a German Shepherd from a pit bull, and it definitely knows, oh, yeah, even though they are all dogs, right? But this is a pit bull, is a German Shepherd. And then the intelligence layer, where it makes classifications and predictions. Okay, let's do a deep dive into automation. Okay, most people think AI automation is just connecting tools. No, but in reality, it is about designing systems that can reason, decide, operate under uncertainty. Just like a misconception again will be the mistakes of human being really giving too much role, too much authority to an artificial intelligence system. Just like what happened with Amazon recently. I'm not sure if some of you heard, when an artificial intelligence automated system decided to rewrite the code of an of an operational code in an operational environment, and because it felt on its own that, oh, this code I could make it better, and then it shut down the production environment, rewrite, deleted the code and rewrote it. For that, Amazon had some customers had a downtime for nearly 13 hours. So in reality, it is about designing systems that can reason, decide, operate under uncertainty, but it must be checkmated with human intervention. We definitely cannot give an artificial intelligence automation system full control. Okay, classifications. What is this? When it's classified, what is this input? This input I'm being fed, what is it? Is it a complaint? Is it an inquiry? Is it urgent? Is it normal? AI automation is not about replacing works. It is about redesigning how decisions are made and executed. Okay. Like I said earlier, we intentionally structured all of these lessons, all of this to, to first give you the practical hands-on, and then we'll move into AI automations that could actually help. By next week, we're definitely talking about a particular tool that is used for making for AI, an AI tool that is used for making decisions, AI tool that talks about automations, which is perhaps that's what we're going to be dealing with next week. So this is more like an introductory to that class. So, but I'm going to round up this class really soon now. But let me talk about the risks of AI automation. Okay, the risk that comes with that is misunderstanding your prompt. Sometimes an AI can be overconfident. Sometimes it makes wrong decisions. If it lacks content, there's a risk in that. If it has too much autonomy, like in the case of Amazon, if there is no monitoring, that's another risk also. Okay, rushing through this, AI will not replace you, but someone using AI will outperform you and eventually be more productive than you. AI is not just a tool, it is a productivity multiplier, and that is just the honest truth. Okay, we can use AI to increase our speed, the quality of the content that we're giving out, the consistency of the content that we're giving out. AI can do that for you. AI is not just for working, it helps grow faster. AI gives you leverage. You can achieve more with less effort. The future belongs to people who can combine human thinking with AI power. That is the final note. As long as you can combine human thinking with AI power, then a lot of things are achievable. Many, many things are achievable. On this note, I'll be ending this class. I want to thank everyone. Thank you so much for listening.
Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Olaleye. You have really done a fantastic job introducing the AI, the artificial intelligence system to everyone. And just like you have said, next week we will be touching the most important part of artificial intelligence in the real-time world, which is automation. Now, automation is something that usually has taken over jobs nowadays, and that is why usually everybody is like frightened if the way things have been automated. It's likely that AI takes over their jobs, and we will all understand the nitty-gritty and the reason why these speculations are all out there. This is usually going to be on the Microsoft environment, the Power Apps specifically, and will be taken by another facilitator who really knows their onions when it comes to Power Apps automation and the Microsoft environment. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for coming. And just like I've said, it will be more of practical next week, where people will see hands-on how businesses are being automated when it comes to ensuring that processes are being done without lifting hands. All right. So thank you so much for joining us today. If you have any question, you can as well, leave a feedback via email, or you can drop some messages in the chat box. Maybe in the next 3 minutes, I will still have a look at that and respond to you as quickly as possible. All right. So I believe it's enough for the day. We already spent 1 hour as we usually do. All right. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. You're welcome, Auntie. Yes, you're welcome. All right. Thank you so much, Aileen. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. We appreciate you. Okay, so next week is going to be the last slide or last session for the program, and I assure you, you're not going to miss anything tangible in that. It's going to be very productive, and yeah, I assure you, it's going to be very, very meaningful. All right, for someone asking if you would need any tools, no, you don't have to bother. All you just need to do is come up online, and the platform will be made ready for you. All right, you are welcome, Mr. Fisoye. Thank you so much for your feedback.